This is spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. This is spEarz to the streets. This is spEarz to the streets. Get down to the beat. Or get beat down.
Is shaping up to be the best thing to ever hit Mexico. Her match against Kira at Fantastica Mania was yet another exercise in greatness, only a week before her clinic at Global Wars with Athena at her side. She strutted down the aisle, actually dancing with the ring girls, injecting some much-needed flavor into the CMLL entrances that the Amazonas typically take for granted. It was the Pink Corners night at the 91st anniversary special for the promotion, as an early lockup was followed by a quick headlock exchange into a handshake, shown as a false show of respect, as RV kneed Kira and took control of the match. Velvet's systematic breakdown of Kira's midsection, putting both hands and feet on her, was a work of art, leading to her signature split spot. Of course, Velvet had to take a couple of bumps, like the replay-worthy moment where Kira threw RV over the barricade into some fortunate crowd members onto the floor, forcing the count by La Vaquerita. The 619 she ate is also not quick to be forgotten, or when she ran chest first into the ring post, snapping her arms back to where she nearly clasped her hands behind her back. But that bump seemed to be in response to Kira's dangerous botch, as she attempted to dive over the ropes on Velvet, but ended up tripping both her feet on the top rope, face-planting outside the ring. This was a dangerous match inside and out the ring, where neither woman was willing to give an inch. Where Red Velvet would aim for Kira's knees, focusing on her lower body, Kira would focus on Velvet's upper body, leapfrogging her just to stomp on her hands in a brutal effort to render the ROH TV champ's joints useless. This was a turtle versus the hair match, and Velvet's speed got her out of an electric chair and a 720 by Kira from the top rope. It's not as if Velvet's snap DDT didn't help, though it looked like Velvet would put Kira away there after a one-sided blow exchange because Velvet kept countering Kira's fists with ease, but Mama's Kitchen saw Velvet closing the match up before dinner time after capitalizing on Kira's missed high-risk aerial drop from the top. Kira walked in the match with gold. It wouldn't have been a bad thing if she would have put it up here so Mercedes could have some company after the events at Grand Slam. It's as if Velvet always turns it up a notch whenever she gets a CMLL invite, and at the opener for the 17th Fantastica Mania, she did not disappoint. A true hidden gem of a contest. Not even a week from securing the CMLL World Belt, La Catalina came slinking out the Amazon locker room to challenge Mercedes Moné. Seeing Moné on the top of the pyramid staircase with 6 belts was a sight to behold that I wouldn't have believed if someone told me this would happen years ago. This belt collector run is the most unprecedented in the history of pro wrestling, and his match at Fantastica Mania 17 was business as usual for the CEO. It's not to say that La Catalina didn't get off some great offensive spots. Mercedes sold that electric chair, the cannonball off the apron, and that damn pedigree like a champ. But when Moné got hit, she just came back hitting harder. The super kick spot, the innovative pile driver into a code breaker, and those effortless meteoras, especially that flying one off the apron. This was all the perfect setup for Moné to hit her Moné Maker and transition into her legendary bank statement, which combined together had La Catalina tapping out faster than my college Spanish teacher could say para. Even when watching the match muted, it was easy to see that the crowd was overwhelmingly against Moné, and Vaquerita didn't help either with her delayed counts. But it didn't matter how much La Catalina tried to mock Moné's fancy footwork, or what her ring gear said with the promotion's name emblazoned on the front, as if Catalina carries the Amazon division on her back, when India Sue is still running circles around her whenever she laces up her boots. At the end of the night, the board of directors walked out and handed the CMLL World Championship back to Moné, which I don't think they would have went to the trouble of if La Catalina would have miraculously walked away with the world title. Moné got to hit that Guerrero shoulder roll when it was all said and done, even if she flipped off the crowd earlier at the height of the match before laying on the top turnbuckle to take in the heat of the hostile crowd while La Catalina was trying to make it to her feet. Knowing that Eddie Guerrero has consistently been mentioned as Moné's favorite wrestler, it's hard not to be proud of her as she racks up wins in Guerrero's native country. Every time her face graces that CMLL Titanatron with those pixelated graphics, irregardless of how the audience feels, I'm certain that throughout her reign, it will be hard for Moné not to feel proud of herself too. And for good reason, such as matches like this, that pride will continue to be infectious worldwide for the world champ.
This is spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz. This is spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. This is to the streets. To the streets. spEarz to the spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the. This is spEarz to the streets. Get down to the beat, or get beat down in the street.